Eskom's failure to upskill those involved in electricity generation has been identified as one of the leading factors of the current crisis. According to the Public Servants Association's Ruben Maleka, the recent call to rehire skilled personnel from the private sector should be tied with skills transfer. He joins us now to elaborate on the opinion piece that he wrote. He is the Assistant General Manager for Collective Bargaining at the Public Servants Association. Mr. Maleka, sir, thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. So your opinion piece titled Sunset Clauses, a Key Trigger for Eskom's Skills Crisis. How so?
Yes, thank you very much and good afternoon to the viewers at home. Yes, that opinion is substituted by the fact that the recent call that those that have retired from Eskom should be rehired to come and assist Eskom is an indictment to say that Eskom has in nature, when it dealt with issue of removing certain skilled personnel, they failed to do what is called skills transfer. The country at large, in fact, is not only Eskom, is actually failing in the face of ensuring that those skills personnel, whether in Eskom, in the public sector, in every sector, where you find that majority of those that are leaving are not actually being used to do what is called skills transfer, will end up with a personnel that will end up also having to occupy positions, but at the end of the day, still go back and get those that have retired or have left their services to be consultant at a very huge cost. And that is the most critical component that has failed Eskom for some time. We have, what is called sunset clause. Those have left with big packages in Eskom, but today they are being called back to come and, assist in Eskom. And that is the problem that we are saying that if government is serious enough, not only in the public sector, in entities, they must manage the issue of skills transfer to avoid depletion of skills in the public sector.
With a debt of some 400 billion rand, this is not going to be a cheap exercise in terms of bringing those skills back. You're of the view that it should not only about bringing the skills back and retaining them, but also transferring those skills.
Definitely. If you look at normally, especially in most entities, Eskom, BRASA, SAA, would have so-called those that have worked for the old regime, highly skilled because of coming from different colleges and what used to be called Ambach. But today we don't see most of the community colleges, the vocational colleges and SETAs playing a role to make sure that people are actually skilled from the workplaces with the actual practical work. There's been a notion that as a country we have made a mistake in the past years that people would go to, directly to universities and have degrees. But in fact, the most critical component that bring up skills that are technical, that are required in majority of these particular institutions such as Eskom, are those that normally previously would be called trades or artisans, or those come from the old term Ambach. So we are simply saying that we need to see government, in fact, coming in to ensure that there's a proper skills transfer. People that can actually, go through community colleges, private colleges, are given opportunity to go through workplace training skills, and they must actually link them with this old cohort that is being brought into the picture right now, especially in Eskom, that they can do a proper skills transfer. As we know that Eskom itself currently is also financially being very much not stable, and if Eskom needs to manage the issue of paying high so-called outsourced services by means of consultant, it is time that they also do a proper skills transfer by means of getting the new generations that comes from colleges to do workplace skills training, so that they can be transferred those skills and be able to make sure that we maintain the skills that are required in the entities such as Eskom.
Ruben Maleka is the Assistant General Manager for Collective Bargaining at the Public Servants Association. Thank you very much, sir, for availing yourself this afternoon.